Welcome everybody to Woopercade by Team Echtzeit. My name is Patrick and I want to start the pitch by introducing the team. There's the team. We're gonna start with Thomas. Thomas was working as a supervisor and head instructor for Game Art for 4.5 years, and he's still teaching coding at the SAA Institute in Zurich. Ryan spent more than 10 years in architectural rendering, coming with project management, sales, client relation, administration, and co-worker training. I, for myself, spent 5 years in AAA production, working on titles like Crisis 2 at Crytek Frankfurt, and also Killzone Shadowfall and Horizon Zero Dawn at Guerrilla Games in Amsterdam. Well, on the consumer side, all three of us, of course, are complete game nerds as well. Let's see what we do. Since 2017, we work hard on creating and pushing virtual and augmented reality solutions. Besides industry partners from various fields like renewable energy, architecture, or mobility, we also work together with research institutions like, for example, the ZHW or the University of Copenhagen. So, starting roughly a year ago, I got into drones, and man, a whole new world opened up. While last winter I spent nearly every evening absorbing the interwebs about drones, or to be more precise, quadcopter FPV flying, and getting my rig together, I discovered it's so much more than just a technical hobby. So here's what it has to offer. There is an out-of-body experience due to first-person view. That means there is a small camera mounted on the drone and you can see the video stream of your FPV goggles right in your face. The highly advanced components allow you to play with physics in a way you never expected before. For example, my own racing quad does up to 140 kilometers an hour, and for accelerating from 0 to top speed, it takes just about 1 second. So kind of naturally, drone piloting also turned into a professional sport. For example, the Drone Racing League in 2016, gaining an audience of 75 million fans in 40 countries via Sky Sports, ESPN, and Pro7 with a prize money set at $100,000. The DLR was named the best esport of 2018 by Sports Technology Awards. Which is kind of a funny one because it's not like one would expect a computer game. It's more like a blend between real world activity like, let's say, motorsports and, well, video gaming. This blending between real and virtual worlds, we as Echtzeit find especially interesting and fascinating. There is also a very strong social component taking place in real life and also in social media. So-called freestyle pilots fly tricks, which I would compare to a skate or snowboarding-like flow, putting together the recordings of the flight with cool music, gaining a wide audience on YouTube. Having all that said, the hobby can get quite technical, as illustrated by the picture below, and it's also kind of like really expensive. So we want to make the experience of sportive drone piloting enjoyable for everybody, taking away the entry hurdles such as require deep technical knowledge or the lack of resources such as like money or simply the space to fly. Also, flying an actual high performance drone is not easy. Therefore, the game will not be a simulator and use easy accessible controls, streamlining the experience toward action or card gameplay. Overall, we want to deliver an out-of-body flow-like experience like in skate or snowboarding, but swapping out your body with a lean, mean, high-performance drone as a social event supporting online competitive gameplay. The game itself will support racing, think like Wipeout, and shoot-'em-up modes like Last Man Standing or Team Deathmatch, supporting local and online gameplay like think Rocket League. At this point, we are in late pre-production, and so far we achieved a solid core gameplay and well-defined style and visuals. We have a C++-based real physics drone POID flight controller integrated into the Unreal Engine. There are hero assets and first levels, which are art and feature complete for testing. We have basic networking capability up and running. There is a comprehensive game design document and also internal documentation. And we rely on our state-of-the-art production environment in terms of tools, skills, infrastructure, and experience. The final game aims to stand out with super smooth and highly polished mechanics, highly polished art content, as well as fine-tuned and well-balanced race and battle multiplayer modes, supporting online couch play and also single player. There is also a high focus on yet undisclosed additional features, and the game will support multiple platforms in VR and also non-VR. Having great support by Pro Helvetia and our mentor, the wonderful Robin Haneke, a huge thank you to both of them. Our next milestone will be a first proper playable alpha end of Q3, coming with detailed scheduling and numbers. Please be sure to visit www.whooparcade.com for some amazing 4K trailers. They're really good. So that's it. If there are questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them now, and thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Patrick. Mike, any questions you want to jump to? Or?
So it was obviously quite a dense presentation, a lot of information, quite a complex project. And a few people asked, regarding the platforms and the platform strategy, is there a platform that's going to come first in the plan? Is it Oculus? What's the intention?
Well, yeah, definitely PC, that's for sure. That's a no-brainer. We're developing on PC, so that's just straightforward. When it comes to virtual reality capability, we are aiming to support the major platforms like HTC Vive, Oculus, but it's not sure and clear yet if we're going to start with VR, then release a non-VR version on PC, or vice versa, both at once. It's not clear. Technically speaking, it's both there. It's just like a marketing decision how we're going to play it out.
Cool. Anything else from your side, Mike?
Well, you mentioned multiplayer, I think. So a couple of people asking, is it multiplayer? Is it going to be, massive? What do you think? How would that work?
Well, it's not like a massive thing. It's not like hundreds players going to be in an environment. The environments are rather smallish. The game is taking place on indoor environments. I can't give you an exact number, but let's say something between 5 or 10. I wouldn't be able to tell, because it also depends on the performance, on the network performance. But surely enough, the game is built around the multiplayer experience. Just think like online Wipeout, for example, right? Cool. Or Mario Kart in split screen mode in local play, for example.
And just to clarify quickly, you are using Unreal, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So, Patrick, I have a question with regards to audience. I mean, obviously, you gave us the sort of fun story about how you started racing your own drones and sort of just got swept away in this, the real drone universe. I mean, do you think that is your actual target audience, like actual drone enthusiasts that then also, they fly them in real life and then they fly them in VR and in the game? Or do you think you're really going for kind of a non-drone real life audience? Give us some insight in terms of who you think your target audience is.
Well, actually, I'm super happy you're asking that question, because it's kind of obvious, right? Drone game, drone nerds, etc. The thing is, there is already brilliant drone simulating games out there. Definitely good games, fun to play, highly ranked, all that. It's all out there. It's also not our idea. We do not want to copy the real life thing, because it's in real life, it's already done, boring. What we are aiming for is giving the experience, the feel to the player. Think like a snowboarding game, but of course it's a bit hard to simulate a snowboard versus a thing that's already controlled by a controller and goggles.
Yeah, no, fair point. And you didn't make any specific ask in the pitch, right? You just said, "Hey, check out the cool videos and then more stuff coming soon." I mean, for the potential investors and publishers that are listening, I mean, do you have any more specific detail on what you're seeking?
Not at this point, because there is some things we want to sort out first. We just want to have a bit higher level of quality. Technically, it's there, right? The mechanics is working, the environment is there, etc., etc. We just want a bit more. What we also need to do is, I'm gonna be honest, work out a proper production schedule, right? So this is something we want and need to sort first, which is gonna happen within a couple of next weeks. And then on the following up events or on personal contacts, then we can give out details.
And then I guess sort of just based on that comment, since you are still in pre-production and kind of figuring out what production looks like, you don't yet have an initial release sort of date in mind. It's still too fuzzy.
We are definitely not pushing for fast release, but for quality. That's our main aim.